think it'll be good to reconnect with some old friends.
What's going on, all you wild soccer enthusiasts? Two favorite critics are finally back here for Cinephellas.com doing more reviews and talking about TV shows and movies that we're currently watching. It's great to be back. Both of me and this guy over here, my best mate. What's your name?
Uncle Henry Hill, and I'm back with you, mate, and it feels good to be back with you.
Yeah, hell, we've had a hellish past month, a lot of medical stuff going on both sides of our families. That's why we have been a little absent here on our YouTube channel, so we apologize. We love doing this, just a lot of stuff going on, but we're trying to get back in the swing of it, trying to get over our health issues on both sides. So back doing what we love, talking about entertainment and movies and TV shows we're watching. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the premiere episode of the brand new Showtime series, Yellowjackets.
Ooh, don't get stung.
So the show is on Showtime, 10-episode series. We had the chance to check out the first episode that's actually free on YouTube. Right here, our favorite streaming platform, or our videos are located. But if you guys haven't seen the show, check it out. We're going to do a non-spoiler review of the first episode. But if you guys are interested, especially after hearing our thoughts, check it out right here on YouTube, and the rest of the series can stream on Showtime.
Right away, the thing that I saw first from this were the promotional stills, obviously the poster behind you, which gets you really intrigued. Like, what's this all about? There's obviously, you can see the yellow jacket on Christina Ricci's face there, bloody nose. What's happening here? The cool font of the Yellowjackets. And basically the show revolves around, it takes place in 1996 at first with the high school in New Jersey. These girls who make up this really successful soccer team. They're going to be traveling for a national tournament, traveling actually to Seattle from New Jersey, and they have to first fly over Canada on the airplane. And the airplane does not make it to Seattle. It crash lands in the deep wilderness there in Ontario, Canada, I believe. And that's sort of the first part of it. It sets up all the interactions between the girls themselves, the teenage members of the soccer team. It shows goes through each of the characters, how they get along. It shows how the team works very well together, but it also shows that there's sort of tribes within the team, which is going to harken back to what happens in this wilderness where they crash on. So it's very intriguing plot with this, girls soccer team, all these teenage girls. I was reading a little bit about the backstory. The creators of the show are Ashley Lyle and Bart Nickerson. They're a husband and wife team, and they were inspired by Lord of the Flies and, obviously the movies that we've seen before with Alive. And, that was about a 1972 plane crash where I think it was a rugby team crashed in this wilderness, and they had to turn to cannibalism and do whatever they could to survive. They were on there for, a long time without being, found and rescued. So they had to retreat to all these, methods like cannibalism just to stay alive. They were inspired by these stories and inspired by the thought of, we've always heard about these guys having to survive with being cannibals, but they wanted to take it from the perspective of females. And obviously being teenagers makes it even more intriguing. Could teenage girls, become these butchers and barbers on this island and do what they had to do to survive if they had to? Could they turn to cannibalism? So this show, deals with that, and it's very interesting from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of things that you're talking about with the show, seeing a flashback to 1996, and then it really reminded me much of like It, seeing the younger version. They kind of fast forward to the adult version. That's what they pretty much do with this first episode in the series. We're introduced to Jackie, Misty, Natalie, Shauna, early on, them in high school playing on the soccer team, and boys and all that fun stuff of being, a high schooler, as we can all remember. And then them embarking on this journey across country, crashing, the plane crashes into the wilderness, and they're left there to survive. And we're seeing them as adults still trying to deal with all the trauma that happened to them earlier in their lives as teenagers. You see them older versions. You have Melanie Linsky playing adult Shauna. I think she was more the focal point in the first episode. Her character, I like her as an actress. She's always pretty good. Juliette Lewis, which I absolutely love to see her in another vacation movie. My favorite, Audrey Griswold. and awesome, musician too, punk band. So I love her. Christina Ricci, obviously, we grew up with her. All the roles she's done over the years, really fantastic actress. But we get to see a glimpse of these, characters, different parts, different places in their lives, being adults, kids, jobs, and them dealing with this trauma from 25 years ago. So they're, diving into that and seeing how it all started, where they ended up.
Yeah, it's very interesting how the episode unfolds. We're seeing it from both of these perspectives. We're seeing this episode from both of these perspectives, from the kids, and then 25 years later, where they're all grown up, having survived this plane crash and the horrific events that have seemingly taken place on the island here. And the way that it flashes back to the island, it gives you glimpses into like what actually happened, and it looks really creepy and well done. It shows, a bunch of girls there on the island wearing animal skins. It looks like it's broken up into tribes. So it looks like what happens is after that plane crash, they're not getting rescued. It looks like many months have gone on, and they have to resort to doing whatever they can to survive. And that even includes cannibalism, like we mentioned earlier. We see some scenes where they have to, chop up some human flesh and resort to eating that. So it's going to be a wild ride. And the question you're asking yourself throughout is like, what's bringing all these bringing these girls back together. We see a reporter trying to get dive more into the story. We kind of get hints that maybe all this story of what they had to resort to wasn't told. So this reporter's trying to get more facts out of the girls. And we see Juliette Lewis in the future. Her character is like on the team. She's like kind of like the nurse when something goes wrong, somebody breaks a bone or something. She's there right on the scene to, get it splinted up and to save the day. So each of these characters bring in their own sort of strengths and weaknesses. And we see that when they were teenagers and how each of them interacted. A couple of them were falling for the same guy. And, this one girl, Melanie Linsky's character when she was younger ended up sleeping with the other character's boyfriend. So all these things are going to come into play as this series goes through. We're going to find out why these characters, when they crashed, why they formed tribes, because, you see it as the first episode plays out, all these little interactions between them and fights that happen. Not everybody's on the same page. You can tell that it's, although they're a really successful team, all of them are very different personalities. And that's really going to shape, what happens on this deserted island. And then we're going to see that come into play when they all meet up again as the series goes, because they're all trying to meet up again. By the time the first episode is done. So it's really interesting. I had a really good time with the episode. It gives you just that little tease of what's going to happen on the island. I can't wait to see more of that. And, there's going to be a lot of secrets unveiled. It reminded me a lot of, shows like Lost. Obviously, there's another plane crash there, but just the way they did the flashbacks, I think was a big nod to that show. And us being really big fans of that show, it's, not a big secret here that we were going to like this first episode. It's very well done. And I had a really great time with it.
Yeah, and we have another show to put Showtime on the map. They're kind of a dying network these days. Have Dexter and a few other shows. You said Ray Donovan, but yeah, this is going to put them on the map again with all the streaming services going on right now, all 30 of them. We have a show to watch, and definitely has my interest. I was really impressed with the first episode. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know much about the backstory. I think I saw a teaser. The plane crash, so I didn't really know anything about it. Went in with fresh eyes. Had a really great time with this. Christina Ricci, Juliette Lewis, Melanie Linsky being in the show. Really, the standout performances. I thought it was really well done. Kind of diving into what happened to these teenagers and everything they're dealing with as adults, and it's really going to unveil a lot of secrets. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of horror movie aspects to it as well, much like it. I was saying earlier, Lord of the Flies. A lot of nods in this first episode, but it definitely has my interest. I love the directing. Production design is really cold and dark feeling to the show. It's not a very uplifting or happy show or like vibrant. It's a lot of dark colors in this. It really sets the tone for the first episode and the rest of the series. But I had a really great time with it. It has my interest. I will be investing my time in watching the rest of the season. So I highly recommend it to all of you out there. I'm going to give the pilot episode of Yellowjackets a 4.5 out of 5 Juliette Lewis hair pieces.
Yes, indeed. I definitely agree with you on your assessment of the show. I had a great time with it. Very strong. Even the younger actors were all great. They did a really great job. And seeing Christina Ricci, Juliette Lewis again on the screen in a prominent role, it was really great seeing them. Very well done. I like how it was shot. I love how they did I like how they interwove the flashbacks with the 25 years later. They did a good job doing that, keeping it mysterious, and I can't wait to see how it plays out over these 10 episodes. So definitely recommend checking out Yellowjackets on Showtime. I am going to give the pilot episode of Yellowjackets a 4 out of 5 Christina Ricci Yellowjacket cheek hair pieces. So we've had a great time talking about this pilot episode of Yellowjackets with you guys. You can catch the first episode. It is playing now for free on YouTube, and you can find the rest of the series. It's currently airing the 5th episode. I believe the 6th episode will be on Sunday night when the new episodes premiere. You can catch that on Showtime Anytime app if you guys have that. So please let us know in the comment section. Let us know what you guys thought about it, and let us know if you guys are happy to see us again. We are glad to be back. It's been a while since we've been reviewing things. We're ready to get back in the swing of things, and we have a lot of great TV shows and movies to come. Uncle Logan here is about to see Spider-Man No Way Home
Tomorrow
I'm
night.
really excited about that, and I'm super jealous because I don't get to go until next week.
I'm so excited. One of my most anticipated films. All the reviews, early reactions haven't been spoiled or anything, but just like the scores have been all really solid. So I'm very excited. With that being said, check us out on our website, Cinephellas.com. Check us out Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all our social media pages. Like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And stay tuned for the Cinephellas boys. We're about to get even wilder during the holiday season.
Well, you wild rascals, these two old men got to get ready for bed. So until next time, watch out for those stingers on them Yellowjackets. Apparently, they're still out and about in December. Don't open that drawer without looking first. Cheese!